Did you ever feel like your mind never switches off? Like no matter what you do, you're just thinking. What you said, what you should have said, what to do, what could happen, what can go wrong. And whatever you do, you just can't stop it. And the worst part is, you know that you are overthinking. I know that I'm overthinking, but I just keep going. I just don't seem to stop it. Because it's not just overthinking, it's replying to that overthinking. You know, conversations from earlier, things might have happened, things didn't even happen yet, and you just start thinking about it. You, or I at least, start building details in each thing. It didn't even happen yet, and they start thinking about it, start putting details into it, and before I know it, I'm just exhausted. I'm tired from just overthinking. And I bet there is other people like me. That's why I decided to make this video. I know other people like me. Here is something most people won't tell you. And I did a bit of research because I was doing it for myself. Overthinking does not mean that you are weak or you are a weirdo or you are living in your head. People who overthink most of the time, they are more aware, they notice more, and they are also deep thinkers. Just think too deep about everything. But that same thing can turn against us as well, you know? Because we know we are overthinking, but we just can't stop it. And what's happening is, our brain is trying to protect us. It thinks, if I think about this, I can control it. If I replay it, I can fix it. If I prepare for everything, nothing can go wrong. But life does not work like that, unfortunately. The more it thinks about it, the more we are trapped in a loop or trapped in a circle. You think, you feel something, you think more. The more you think, the more real it feels. Actually, it's actually weird that way. Even if nothing actually happened. That's why one small thought can turn into like stress, anxiety, overanalyzing every single thought, and before you know it, you're stuck in your own head. Here is the crazy part. Your brain actually rewards overthinking. Every time you're trying to figure something out, gives you the sense of control. It's like you almost like, I'm doing something about it. That little feeling keeps you in the loop and the circle, and that's what end up happening. Just drains you. And for me, or for a lot of other people, it doesn't really happen randomly. It happens from wanting to be understood, wanting to do everything correctly, do not make mistakes, wanting to be in control. Sometimes even from like childhood, you want to be careful, or you want to think ahead of things. You need to be careful. You can't mess things up. You can't make mistakes. You have to be right most of the time so you don't get into trouble. So my brain, or people like me brain, kind of thinks that if I think, I will be safe. And that just gets exhausting. So you end up overthinking of every single detail happens in your day or in your life. Sometimes. Here is something that changed a little bit for me lately. Not every thought deserves my attention or your attention. Not every thought that actually matters. And more importantly, actually, you don't have to solve everything in your head. I actually don't have to think about solving everything in my head. Some things, they just had to be let go. I don't have to think about them anymore. Just let them go. I'm not going to ask you to stop overthinking. I cannot stop overthinking. But here is something that you can do instead, like what I'm doing instead. Catch the moment you start spiraling. Your brain will panic a little bit. It will stop. Oh, I'm overthinking. It will stop overthinking. It will bring you back to reality a little bit. And try to not follow every thought. Not every thought comes in your head. You have to follow it. You have to go through details with it. And go back, bring you back to kind of like something brings you to like real life. You know, if you are sitting with friends, focus on sitting with the friends. If you feel like you are overthinking, bring yourself to the conversation again. If there is no one around, maybe try your breathing. Like, get into habit. If you find yourself overthinking, start kind of having 2 or 3 breath, like deep breath, and your brain will always remember that. You know, I did my research, guys. I did my research, and I found out that actually helps, and it does help me too. I'm trying it too. I'm saying exactly what I'm doing right now, because for me, I think overthinking, it lives in your head. You know, like, it is rent-free there. But kind of like, if you need peace, you have to be outside of your head. So you kind of have to be in reality, outside here in a normal world, like trying to live with people, trying to like get out of your head and live your peace outside of your head. There is too much happening inside there. Just get out and live in a normal life out there. You know, most people who overthink, they are not lazy. I'm a little bit lazy, but not most people are lazy, you know. They just, I will include myself, we think too much, we feel too much, we trying to understand too much, and it kind of burns you up. Not physically, but mentally, although even physically sometimes. So yeah, I don't think the problem from everything I notice on myself, and I read and checked and watched and everything, I don't think the problem is that we overthink too much. The problem is that we don't think that we are safe when we don't think. You know how to say it? We don't think we are safe when we don't think, or we overthink everything, or we try to be in control everything, at least in our head. So it have got not much to do with overthinking as much as it have got to do with the safety. So the moment you think that you are not thinking anymore, then you are not safe anymore. And I think the moment for me, or maybe for anyone who realize the moment that that's what's happening, that's what actually happening, that we start like, or at least try to get a bit of control in it. I'm not going to say that we are going to stop overthinking, but we are going to get in a little bit of control of it, that slowly, that will help us to go into that long spiral and get ourselves exhausted or overwhelmed with thinking. And that's when actually things change. That's my thing about overthinking, okay? I hope this video helps you. At least this is what I found is helping me. I'm talking every day about things that helping me, things that maybe not helping me, but I hope this video helps you. I hope if you find this video actually helpful, I hope you like, I hope you subscribe and let it reach someone else. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day, everyone.